This week on Winchester and Drury's Natural Born,
we're going after a buck we call the Rock.
There's a big buck right there coming out the corner. That's the Rock, buddy. There's our deer.
You got it on him. Yeah. Take it, buddy.
Oh! Holy cow!
This week on Winchester and Drury's Natural Born, we'll tag along with the ultimate land manager, Tom Ware, as he lays the smackdown on an Iowa brute that scores him number 5 on our Natural Born Top 10 hit list.
Yeah, that's the Rock, buddy. That's the Rock.
Lastly, but certainly not least, we'll round out this season of Natural Born with the great people of Catch a Dream as they treat a very special guest to a hunt down in Louisiana. That's all this week on Winchester and Drury's Natural Born.
Well, it's the afternoon of November 30th, and to be honest with you, I got deer depression. Been hunting about every day. I took 5 days off, probably since about mid-October, and haven't killed a deer yet. So you spend that many hours in a tree or in a box blind, you start kind of getting depressed when it doesn't happen, and that's where I'm at. So I'm hoping we're going to one of my favorite fields. It's called the Memorial. We're here in Iowa. We got some big deer around. We're hoping to see the king of the plot. We call him Rock. And he's just a big old heavy 9-point with a sticker off his G2, and he's the king of this plot, and that's who we're hoping to see tonight. So hanging in there, hoping to get one.
Well, we are going to one of my favorite plots on my Iowa farm called the Memorial. We've just had a buffet of food. We have biologic clover, we have biologic brassicas, we got beans, we have a buffet of food.
Boy, this should be a good night. It's November 30th. We got high pressure. We got like almost 30.3 barometric pressure, and we got several young deer, 3-year-olds, good up-and-comers for the future. Lots of turkeys out, some does. We have green and grain. It's a beautiful night. Should be a good deer hunt night, so I'm hoping to see a mature one.
There's one particular buck, we call him the Rock. He looked like Dwayne Johnson. He was just a big, huge bodied, massive, mature buck, and he was on my hit list. I was hoping he would show up, and that's exactly what happened.
There's just a lot of nice deer out right now. Here comes the Rock right here. He's coming in from the very back. 3:39, we got a mature, but he's got a long way to come. There's some does running in right now, coming in. There's a little pond right down there below those cedars, so I'm hoping he's just going to get a drink and he's gonna come back, hopefully come to these beans. I hope he didn't disappear for the night. Cross your fingers. He just came back out here about 100 yards south of where he was. And he's now up eating in the Clover Plus field. He's about 75 yards. He just needs to move this way. Well, he got right around that 60-yard mark, and then he just kept going south. There's a bigger agricultural bean field out there, so I assume they just all went out there. But we're hoping he comes back to this plot, but it's not looking good.
He was just a little bit out of my comfort zone. He was feeding in the Clover Plus, and he was just a little bit too far out of range. And I was thinking to myself, I wish I had my traditions. But at the time, I had my PSE, and I just didn't feel comfortable with the shot.
Well, it's December 11th. We're here in Decatur County, Iowa at my farm, and it is windy. If you can't tell, it is like 30 mile an hour. They said gusts up to 40 mile an hour. So it's second gun season. We're going after the Rock. He's been kind of king of this plot. At the Memorial Field, we call it. Should be a great hunt. I'm a little bit worried about this wind, but it's kind of secluded with trees all around. I'm thinking it should be a pretty good hunt.
This particular hunt, I'm going in with a buddy of mine, Brandon Churchill. He volunteered to be cameraman. We had a north wind. We're going into a buffet of food. I knew we were going to see a lot of deer. Food plots look good. We're just hoping to see the right deer.
We are settled in the blind, and I'm glad because we're out of that wind. Oh my gosh, it's gusting so much out there. So we are on what we call the memorial. It's a little protected from the just kind of a little food plot built into the timber here. We got cedars back there where they're bedding. We got some standing beans, but hardly anything left. They've just been pounding them. We got some biologic radishes that are gone, almost all gone. And we have some clover plus, biologic clover plus that's here too. So they've been in the clover. And then there's a bean field behind us. So the traffic that they should go from north and head south out to that bean field is probably what they'll do. And I hope me and the traditions are sitting here waiting on them. So that's the plan. Well, that's good to see. It's 1:37 and there's already a first deer on the field. So maybe it'll happen early tonight. I wasn't really expecting much with this much wind, but you just never know. Might come out for food, fill his belly. That's a nice 3-year-old 8-point. We'll let him grow up a couple years and he'll be really nice. Be a nice deer. He's a nice deer now, but he'll be really nice in a couple years. It's a little bitty buck in the far back. All right, let's see here. Come on, rock. There's a big buck right there coming out in the corner. Oh, he's only 104 yards right there. That's the rock, buddy. That's the rock. There's our deer. There's our deer. That's a deer we're after. We call him the Rock. He's just a heavy, huge-bodied deer. And he's about 77 yards right now. I'm just waiting for him to turn broadside. I don't think he's going anywhere, so. He's just not giving us a shot angle right now. He's been standing there for 10, 15 minutes and he's not giving us the right shot angle. So anytime he's got to turn, there he's turning, there he's turning. Yeah, baby. He's down right there. The old traditions took him down. That is awesome. Oh, man.
As the rock came down, he was actually coming to the west, which is the left of the blind. I got the traditions out, steadied the shot, made the shot, hit him a little high in the spine, but he went down. The traditions took him down for the count.
Let's go get him. He's just laying right there. Here's white belly. Look at his body, man. Oh, man. Look at this body. That's why we call him the Rock. He just is a huge body. Got it done in Iowa. This is the big buck we call the Rock. And he's just a heavy, huge body deer. And I think he's at least 5. I think he's maybe 6 or 7. I can't say enough. Last deer we saw on the field before I shot all the does and bucks, we didn't think we were gonna see anything. We had about 30 minutes left. Just a huge body deer and cool rack. He's got a little kicker off his G2 back here and his brow tines kind of curl in. Just a heavy mass buck. Very, very cool. Oh, that's awesome, man. Let me get a tag on him right now. Got a tag on it. Now we gotta go get the ram and put the ram to work, because this is the rock, and the rock is heavy. Enormous body, but the ram can handle him. The ram can handle him. He looks good in there, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Woo!
I've hunted over 60 days, 100 sits this season. It's been a long, tough season. Last week, I was finally able to get it done in Illinois. Now I'm able to get it done here in Iowa. Maybe my season is finally starting to take off. His feet are still touching the ground, and it's maxed out. It's down to, well, there's 300, there's 320, that would be 340. I've never shot a deer that big. I'm telling you, his body is enormous. You might not be able to tell on video, but it is big. It's amazing. That's why he's called the Rock.
This segment is brought to you by Outdoor Edge, makers of the sharpest, strongest replaceable blade knives.
Innovation is in our DNA, bred from a long history of fierce competition and the survival of the fittest. Inheriting the results of nearly 50 years of PSE archery research and development, the Evolve Cam system delivers the smoothest draw cycle ever created without any compromise on speed. PSE Archery's Evolve Cam system. Evolve or get left behind.
We don't stop where the trail ends.
I am Nomad. I am Nomad.
We don't do rain checks.
I am Nomad.
I am Nomad.
We don't do sick days. We don't clock out at 5.
I am Nomad.
And we never say good enough.
I am Nomad.
Together, we are Nomad. We are authentic hunting.
Since 2002, Reconyx has built the most reliable trail cameras available. The tradition continues with our best camera yet, the all-new HyperFire 2. With a quarter-second trigger speed, 150-foot no-glow night vision, and a battery life up to 2 years, all at the lowest price point we've ever offered, and backed by an industry-leading 5-year warranty. You get what you pay for. So invest in an American-made trail camera that will perform year after year, guaranteed. Reconyx, see what you've been missing.
There's something unique about hunting the mountains. It draws you in and consumes you with every step you take toward the top. It toys with your mind, tests your endurance, pushes you to the very end of your limits. When we designed Mossy Oak Mountain Country, we didn't follow the digital fashion trend. We took the very elements from the mountain to create the best Western camouflage ever made. When you're up there, you're in their world. You better look like it.
Winchester and Drury's Natural Born is brought to you by Scent Crusher, Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's, PSE Archery, Reconyx Game Cameras, Nomad Hunting Apparel, Mossy Oak Grain Camo, Analogics Outdoors, Ram Trucks, and Winchester Ammunition. Get ahead of your game with the all-new DeerCast app, available on iOS and Android. Do you smell what Tom Ware's cooking right here on DoD TV? After many encounters with the muscled brute that Tom named The Rock, he was finally able to finish him with his own version of the People's Elbow.
That's why we call him the Rock. He just is a huge body.
Now it's time for the annual Catch a Dream Hunt. We here at Drury Outdoors love and look forward to this hunt every year. This year, Brandon Jennings and Adam Anderson head down to Louisiana to film Catch a Dream recipient Devin Sundquist. He's on the hunt for some big old swamp bucks. It's always great to watch these kids and their families have an awesome time in the great outdoors.
Now it's time for one of my favorite hunts of the season. I'm actually headed down to Mississippi. I'm gonna go on to Henderson Island and I'm gonna be filming a Catch a Dream hunt. One of the great things about the Catch a Dream Foundation is they totally outfit these kids, from paying for the trips, paying for their family's travel, give them full camo, boots, hats. Now that he's got all this new gear, I guarantee he's ready to get out there and try and kill a big buck at Henderson Island.
He got one. Will, give me a couple. You got another one.
It's beautiful, huh?
We definitely had a great hunt this morning. What do you say?
Cool. See? Look how many ducks I got.
That pretty much sums it up. Good shooting. Amen. Good shooting. Good shooting.
That's pretty good.
Good job.
See that little red dot?
Yeah.
If that's a deer's heart, you put 2 holes in it. And then he's got lungs right by it. So that's perfect, okay? And we'll look at a picture later of where on the deer you're supposed to put your crosshairs, because unfortunately on a real deer there's not a little orange dot. Yeah, they don't have orange dots painted on them, but that's okay. This is good shooting. You ready? Good job, bud.
Another great thing about the hunt down at the island is 2 of the members actually built the hunting blind that we've hunted out of every year that I've been on this hunt so far. And the blind is big enough where me and Elliot can go, and the kid's family. And I know that the parents are going to be excited to be in the blind with them as their son experiences this hunt of a lifetime.
Hit it.
Good job, buddy. Put another one in. Put another one in there. Real gently. He's facing away. Just look right there. Look through the scope. He's walking away. All right, hold on. Stop. Come on, stop. He's walking away. Can you get on him? Better take a safety off. You see him out there?
Yeah, I see him.
You see him through the scope. Shoot him. You see him? Shoot him. Trigger up. Do you have the crosshairs on him? Shoot him. All right, squeeze the trigger. Yeah, thank you. Got it. Holy cow! Holy cow! Good job, buddy. What a shot! Just broke the chair. That's what I'm talking about, brother. Holy cow! Good job. Oh, brother. Great shot. Hey, give me some knuckles. Boom! That's awesome, Devin.
What a shot!
Dude.
In his track.
Oh, we got a monster down.
What a great
That's an awesome
shot.
buck.
What a great buck. What a great hunt. That's my boy. Buddy, you just dropped him right there. That was it.
You got your buck.
You got your buck.
He's getting bigger and bigger.
Yes.
When you get fortunate and the deer gets bigger and bigger, that's what we like to see.
Well, we had an amazing hunt. Had 10 deer come into the field, all 10 were bucks. And this was number 10 that came in. Devin put an amazing shot.
Yeah.
Just want to thank Henderson Island. Everybody here has been so gracious and for Catch a Dream and for Devin and his family. Want to thank Drury Outdoors. Just an amazing friendship, partnership we've had for a long time with both Henderson and Drury. Just made this day special for Devin, didn't it?
Yeah.
Good job, bud. Great hunt, great shot, pushing 200 yards. Got him before we left the field. Anything you want to add?
I like Henderson Island and what they do.
I like it too.
Little exclamation point. I like it.
Yeah.
It's like oily metal. Southern hospitality is on full display at Henderson Island. These Southern guys are the best. They're all there. They're totally supportive of Catch a Dream Foundation. And they actually do a skeet shoot while they're down there and have the kids shoot for money that they actually donate to Catch a Dream. And it ends up actually sending a whole nother child on a hunt with the amount of money they raise on every trip. You know, I couldn't be happier to have been a part of this whole hunt. I'd like to thank Henderson Island for inviting me down and keep having me, and especially to Marty and Spencer Brunson for doing what you do. 1000% in on anything Catch a Dream ever needs. You know you got me if you need anything done.
Way to go, Devin. It's always special to see someone's dreams coming true, and the people of Catch a Dream are truly God sent.
Anything you want to add?
I like Henderson Island and what they do.
Well, we've reached the end of our Natural Born season, and we hope you've enjoyed yet another exciting season of Winchester and Drury's Natural Born. As Dad and Uncle Terry always say, it was created for you.
Feeling lucky? You could win Mark Drury's bow in the Analogics Golden Ticket Sweepstakes. Look for a ticket in any 10 or 20 pound bag of Annie Supplement Gold. There are 21 prizes. Find the details and enter to win at analogics.com/golden ticket.
Want to harvest a big monster buck? Annie Mineral Blocks give deer crucial bone-building minerals with extreme palatability. And now comes with a $5 rebate. Download the rebate at www.analogics.com.
As people who love the outdoors, we know what we stand for. We stand for fish, wildlife, and conserving the places they call home. We stand for the traditions we inherited and that we must pass on. We stand for great gear, fair prices, expert service, and memorable experiences. At Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's, we stand together for you.
Long live the fearless, and long live the trucks that push you further. Ram, proven to last.
There's something unique about hunting the mountains. It draws you in and consumes you with every step you take toward the top. It toys with your mind, tests your endurance, pushes you to the very end of your limits. When we designed Mossy Oak Mountain Country, we didn't follow the digital fashion trend. We took the very elements from the mountain to create the best Western camouflage ever made. When you're up there, you're in their world. You better look like it.